Your excuses will destroy you and take everything that you ever wanted from you if you let them. When your excuses make you feel a little bit better about the fact that you didn't execute on what you needed to execute on, then they can make you feel better, but they're not helping you. They're not helping you at all.
Why does discipline equal freedom?
Because the more discipline you have in your life, the more freedom you will end up with. So if you lack the discipline to exercise and eat healthy, you will end up being a slave to disease. If you lack the discipline to work hard, save your money, you will end up a slave to finances. If you lack the discipline to manage your time correctly, you will end up with no free time. If you have self-discipline, if you have the discipline to save your money and work hard and invest your money properly, if you have the discipline to manage your time correctly and not waste a bunch of time, if you have the discipline to exercise and eat healthy, you will end up with freedom. If you want freedom in your life, you have to have discipline. Because if you're a kid right now and you're eating Doritos off your belly, I know they taste good and there's some immediate gratification, and I get that. But I'm gonna tell you, it starts right now. Throw that bag of Doritos away. Get rid of it. Go do some push-ups. Go spend $12 at the hardware store and hang up a pull-up bar in your room and start doing pull-ups. And if you can't do one pull-up, hang on that bar. And you're gonna start to get a little bit stronger. You're gonna start to get a little bit healthier. You're gonna start to get more focused. You're gonna start to become more resilient. And you're gonna start to understand the world better. And you're gonna start to progress in every aspect of your life. And you'll see that if you have that kind of discipline right now, you're gonna end up with freedom. Because you're sad, now you're gonna make a bunch of bad decisions because you're sad. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You're sad, okay. You get emotional sometimes, okay. Got it. Now, get control of your emotions and carry on with your life. And sometimes you're gonna get hit with those waves, and that's okay.
You're sitting around asking yourself what exactly it is that you want to do with yourself and what exactly makes you so special and so unique. You're probably sitting around wondering how you could be like somebody else or look like somebody else, or maybe even follow the same path that other people follow. Let me let you in on a little secret. Nobody gonna do you better than you. You have to realize that what makes you unique is when you start to realize that you are a unique individual. They always go around saying that imitation is the best compliment. There's no reason for you to imitate anyone. And maybe you can find yourself in a position where you can be inspired by others. But at the end of the day, you have to figure out what makes you tick, what makes you unique, what makes you special. You can't put yourself in a position focusing on what other people are doing, and if you feel that that's the direction you need to go. And maybe your uniqueness may not satisfy other people. The fact of the matter is, you got to be unique within yourself, and you got to believe in yourself. Just think about it. Take a moment and think about it. There are a lot of things that you see on television, YouTube, you name it. And you ask yourself, how did this person get to that level? What is it that they got that I don't got? Or maybe they don't have what you have, and maybe you don't have what they have. But long as you have the right attitude and the right mind frame to understand that maybe it's just not your time yet. But you got to keep working on your craft. You got to keep digging in a little bit more and find your own uniqueness. Make sure you stand out. Don't be like everybody else. Just because somebody jumping in the ocean don't mean you got to jump in the ocean with them. Sometimes you just gotta be able to take your own path and your own walk in life until you figure out exactly what it is that's gonna make you better and what's gonna make you stand out. And once you find that true belief within yourself, make it grow, make it unique even more. And don't be feeling sorry for yourself because it didn't work out the first time or the second time or even the third time. Doesn't matter how many times you go after it, as long as you're going after it. Everybody wants to be unique or everybody wants to be special. But sometimes when people find themselves being lazy, they tend to follow somebody else's path. They figure, hey, if he can do it or if she can do it, I can do what they doing. Don't do what they doing. Do what you got to do to make yourself stand out.
Meaning and purpose for you, you won't really enjoy it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, in fact, the number one thing I hear from people who meet me in person is, I've had so many people meet me and they're like, you surprised me. I'm like, why? Like, you just work and you just sit on your phone or you just work on your laptop and, you know, like they thought I'd be this crazy guy running around being crazy, and they realize I'm extremely restrained. Yeah. I'm very careful about everything I do. From
what's your routine like?
Okay, so it's a good question. So I wake up, whatever time that happens to be. What
time do you wake up?
I have a problem sleeping.
Okay.
I'm not good at sleeping, but let's say I wake up around 9-ish, but I go to bed usually around 3, 4.
Yeah.
First thing I do is drink 2 liters of water. Then I train. Every day I train for about...
What do you do?
I train for about 30 to 45 minutes a day. I don't train...
What is it? What kind of training is it?
It depends where I am because I travel so much.
Right.
So if I'm in hotels, you kind of got to do what you can do, right?
Okay.
So mainly it's weights now. I don't box as often because it's inconvenient. Like if I was training for a fight, it's different.
Yeah.
And I was sparring a couple of days ago. I still got the move. No one can hit me, so I'm still got it. Yeah. But so usually about 45 minutes, I tear through a bunch of weights. I just go as crazy as I can, get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Bunch of coffee. I'm a coffee addict, I guess. I don't know if that's still allowed. I hope so. But okay, good. Because I love caffeine. I believe caffeine's a miracle drug. So I'll have 2 or 3 coffees, another 2 liters of water. I only eat dinner every day. I don't eat breakfast. I don't eat lunch.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's just completing tasks. I have something to do. I have a podcast with you to do, or I have somewhere to go, or I have to go. Maybe sometimes it'll be something good, like pick up a new car or new watch. But if not, I promise you now, I spend every waking second on my laptop or staring at my phone running the empire. That's all I do is work. Life to me is work. Life to me is work at the point now, sleeping's work. I only sleep because if I don't sleep, I wouldn't be able to work. Wow. If I could work without sleeping, I wouldn't sleep. People look at my life and they, especially, you're right, with the marketing, they see the cars, they see the boats, they see girls, etc. And they're like, oh, wow, he's living this crazy life. And then they get around me and realize that, yeah, we're on a boat. Yeah, there's hot girls. Yeah, it's a yacht. But I'm on my laptop and I'm working. That's it. That's all I want to do is run the empire because it gives me a sense of purpose. So it sounds boring to say, but all I do is work, my friend. That's it.
Wow.
That's it. When I finish this, we'll talk, we'll have a bit of food, etc. I'll get in the car, I'll go back, and I will work until my next appointment. That's it. I just work. That's all I do. So it's kind of funny because people say to me, like, what's the secret to getting rich? And I'm like, it's easy if you don't do anything else but work. Like, I don't have any, my only, like, I'm trying to think of what even hobby I have. I love to drive.
What is the secret of getting rich?
That's a good question. That's a good question. We live in an attention economy, so I think stage 1 is certainly attention. Stage 2 is once you have that attention, establishing credibility. And then stage 3, once you've established the credibility, is finding a way to genuinely improve people's lives. The reason I do so fantastically well is because everybody who's ever followed me or tried any of the things I talk about, their life gets better. So it's very easy to say, oh, I've tried Tate's program and my life's better, or I tried this, I followed Tate and I feel happier. So then of course they're going to understand the brand, and that's the way to do it. But truly it's hard work. You need to be able to work endless hours. It's extremely competitive. You need to be able to work as harder than the other guys. And that's the only way I did it. I ground to the top the old fashioned way, and that's still what I do. I just work.